What's going on, guys? Jake Boley with BarBend.com. Today we're going to be doing a protein bar review, and today we're going to be looking at the Optimum Nutrition Protein Cake Bites. Optimum Nutrition dropped their protein cake bites in early 2017, and they designed them to be somewhat of a middle ground between a hardcore protein bar and then let's say something like a cheat meal or something a little bit sweeter. Their protein cake bites come in 3 pieces. That's 1 serving size per package. Today we're going to be doing a taste test with 2 of their most popular flavors. We're going to talk calories, macronutrients, we're going to talk texture of the cake bites themselves, then pros, cons, and price that come along with the cake bites. Alright, so now for the flavors in the taste test. We have 5 flavors here. We have the berry cheesecake, the chocolate dipped cherry, the chocolate frosted donut, the chocolate mint, and then the red velvet. In this video, we're going to do 2 taste tests with the donut and the red velvet. These 2 tend to be the most popular online. In the written review, I will be doing an analysis of all the taste tests, but I'm not going to make you watch me taste 5 different flavors. So now let's dive into the taste test. I'm more interested in the donuts. I'm going to start with the donut. It's very chewy. Very chewy. It's good. I'm trying to think of what kind of donut it most resembles. If you think like almost like a Dunkin' Donuts, like a glazed donut, it tastes a little bit more, I would say, like artificially sweet than that. It's good. It's very good. I think it's very chewy. It adds a nice texture to it. It gives like a nice chewy cake texture to it. Does it taste like a donut? I would say it's like an 8 out of 10. I like the sprinkles on top. It adds a little bit of texture too. Now let's go to the red velvet. Frosting breaks apart really easily. That's a good sign. Oh wow. This one's good. Chewy once again. Same cakey kind of texture. Not overly chewy, but not also overly fluffy. I like the frosting, how it breaks apart. I think it adds a nice addition. Adds a nice texture to it. This one actually really does taste like a red velvet cake. Not something you'd buy in, let's say, a cake store, obviously, but it does compare pretty well, and I think it would be a good option for those looking for something sweet and not necessarily wanting to get an actual slice of cake. All in all, donut, 8 out of 10 in terms of tasting like a real donut, being sweet. Red velvet, I'd give it like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I think it resembles a red velvet cake pretty well, especially for being a protein-oriented snack. So now let's talk caloric and macronutrient information. For a serving size of one of these packs, it's 1 pack and that's 3 bites. The calories for these 5 range between 230 to 250. The protein across the board is consistent at 20 grams. The carbs vary between 22 to 25 grams, and the fat varies from 6 to 8 grams. The chocolate frosted donut's a little bit on the higher end. This pack is 250 calories, so I wanted to cover what macronutrients are in it and what kind of ingredients are in it. And for the video review, I'm going to go over the list of ingredients. I'm not going to dive into what each does or why they're in the product. In the written, you can expect to find that information. So for the chocolate frosted donut, there are 250 calories in a pack for 3 cake bites, total fat of 8 grams. There's 25 grams of carbohydrates and then 20 grams of protein. There are 4 grams of added sugar or total sugars for those who are concerned. The ingredients list, there's a protein blend, there's a coating, glycerin, a syrup blend, a chicory root fiber, an isomalto oligosaccharide, water, sunflower oil, calcium caseinate, natural and artificial flavor, sugar, salt, cornstarch, mixed tocopherols, sucralose, confectioner's glaze, a carnauba wax, a yellow 5, a blue 1, red 3, red 40, yellow 6, and a blue 2. And then also under that it says that this product contains milk and soy, and it may contain peanuts, tree nuts, eggs, and wheat. So if you have any food allergens to those listed below, I would definitely say look into that before consuming this product. But that's kind of the roundup on the ingredients. Again, in the written review, I'll be diving into what each does and why they're kind of there. And I'll give more descriptive analysis on the full macronutrient profile, and we'll also be showing that up here on the side of the screen. That breaks down the calories and macros for these products. Alright, so now some pros that come along with this product. When I picked my pros, I tried to be as practical as possible, so now let's dive in. I think the taste is very good, so if you're looking to get that kind of cheat meal feeling or you're trying to have that impression of something sweet, I think these could be a good option. I think that the 3 bites in each package are nice for anybody who wants to have 1 and save some for later, or even 2 and save some for later. I think it's nice because sometimes with a protein bar, if you open it up and you leave it in the package, it gets more prone to like getting a little bit more degraded or even melting. And I like that the macro profile is pretty good. 6 to 8 grams of fat, 22 to 25 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein. That's pretty solid for a snack, especially if you're trying to get more protein in your diet. And then lastly, if you're trying to put on weight, I think these could be a good option. I think that 250 calories for a pop, these are really easy to get down, really easy to eat. So if you're trying to gain weight or just try to get some more calories in throughout the day, this could be a good option to reach for. All right, so now some cons that come along with this product. First, it's a pretty processed product. If you're worried about avoiding artificial flavors, colors, stuff like that, this might not be the best bet for you. Second, they're a little bit high on the calorie end. Personally, I think 250 is a little bit high, especially if you're eating in a deficit or you don't have much to work with. Personally, I'd rather splurge at 250 calories on like a full meal, like with meat and veggies, and this might be a little bit of an indulgence. Third for that matter, if you have a backpack and you keep these in them, be wary that the chocolate covered ones, so like the chocolate dipped cherry and the glazed donut, are going to be prone to melting. That's something to keep in mind, but that's like with any kind of chocolate bar or protein bar, just something to kind of keep in mind moving forward. And then lastly, the price. So one of these cake bites ranges between $2.50 and $4. If you live in more metro areas, so like we're based outside of New York City, it's around $4 a pop. That's pretty expensive for 3 little cake bites. If you buy a box, it's going to range between $8 to $12, but that's going to vary on the outlet you choose to buy from. All right, now let's talk price. I mentioned it in the cons section, but these are a little bit on the more expensive end. They're pretty much average with every protein bar, so it's not really a con if you're used to buying protein bars. But for one of these, you can expect to pay $2.50 or $4, depending on where you live. If you live in a more metro area or an urban area for that matter, you can expect to pay a little bit more. These are around $4 in New York City, which is pretty expensive for 3 little cake bites. If you want to buy the box of 4 or even more, the box of 4 is going to range between $8 to $12, and that's going to depend on the outlet you're buying from. So if you buy in bulk, it's obviously a little bit cheaper, but for 1 cake bite, it's going to vary between $2.50 and $4. That concludes my review of Optimum Nutrition's protein cake bites. I liked the taste and I liked a lot of other features that they came with, but there were some potential drawbacks. To read more on my full thoughts, search Optimum Nutrition, Protein Cake Bites, and BarBend. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this and want to see more protein bar related content.